Thank you. Mr. Solis, the documents, your court report and the parent agency treatment plan, do you have knowledge of them?
Yes, I did. I authored them.
All right, great. So I'm going to jump right to it. The child's been in care for about 1 year and 8 months after disposition.
That's correct.
And so, but really, wasn't Corbin in foster care even longer prior to being made part of the case?
Yeah. So Corbin was born during Tabitha's ongoing case with her daughters. So he's two now. So that would have been October of 23. So he was involved. Um, he was born and was not removed until March of 2024.
Okay. And historically, mom, she voluntarily released on her four girls.
She did.
Okay. So um, we've had quite some time here. And is mom benefiting? It sounds like from your report that she's given you notice that she's done.
That's correct. So starting in early September, um, Tabitha stopped participating in her weekly random drug screens. As I noted in my report, there was also a gap in her attendance for substance abuse treatment through Bear River Health. Um, and then she also stopped attending counseling. I believe it was the beginning of October, is what her therapist said. Um, as of the end of October, she's only had one parenting time.
All right, guys, buckle up, because right from the start we step straight into a tense courtroom reality. The caseworker lays the foundation, revealing a long and complicated history that shadows every decision made here. As Corbin's timeline unfolds, the court confronts the unsettling truth that his mother's past choices still echo into the present. It's a moment that forces everyone to pause, hearing how this child's life has been shaped before the case even truly began. This short opening sets the tone for everything that follows.
She has had very little contact with myself or the parenting aide. We've made it known to her that her parenting time is still available to her, but she has not engaged in any parenting time except for the one day. I think that was the 6th of November. She's also had some contact with Corbin's foster parents, who are his paternal uncle and aunt, and contact with Corbin's grandmother. She's indicated that she would like Corbin to be adopted by the foster parents. And she's basically stepped away from this case. She told me that during a phone call at the beginning of November that she wouldn't be attending any court proceedings, and that, basically she's done with her case.
Okay. And then, this lack of doing services has also translated into less parenting time between Tabitha Alexander and Corbin.
Yeah, again, that was a choice by Tabitha. We have let her know that her parenting time is still available to her, should she choose to engage in visits with Corbin. But at this point, I have only had one phone call with her since the beginning of November.
All right, guys, here's where things shift sharply. The caseworker details how Tabitha simply stopped showing up. No drug screens, no treatment, no counseling. Weeks go by with almost no contact, and even parenting visits vanish despite being fully available to her. The court listens as her withdrawal becomes undeniable, not just from services but from her own child. Every missed call and ignored attempt paints a clearer picture. She's stepping away, and the tension in the room grows as this becomes impossible to overlook.
She's also avoiding the parenting aide, who continues to try and contact her to make sure that she doesn't want to engage in any parenting time with Corbin.
Is the parenting aide, is that Miss Anita Hazelton?
That's correct.
And historically, hasn't Miss Hazelton and Miss Alexander, they had a pretty good relationship?
Yes, they do. Yes.
And so, even with the benefit of that relationship, Miss Alexander is still withdrawing from parenting time and services.
That's correct.
So, we really don't know, you know, if she's using drugs or anything else at this time.
No, we don't know. I do know that the few drug screens that she did complete, she was positive for marijuana. She did admit to myself and the parenting aide that she had resumed using marijuana. Um, on one of the occasions, she admitted to using marijuana on a visit day with Corbin. Um, but other than the marijuana use, due to her lack of participation in screens, we don't know if she's using other drugs.
Okay. One thing I thought was noteworthy, did Miss Alexander, did she tell you uh, that she uses marijuana so that she can interact with people more appropriately?
She did. She stated to me it was on the same occasion that she admitted to using marijuana 2 days prior on a visit day with Corbin. That it helps her cope. She told me that it also is easier for the people that have to deal with her, in her words, when she's triggered.
The court learns that the only screens Tabitha did complete were positive, and she openly admitted to using marijuana, even on a day she visited her son. Her explanation, claiming it helps her interact with people, adds another layer of concern. With no recent tests and no participation, the court is left in the dark about any other substances. It's a moment where uncertainty becomes its own danger, raising the stakes for Corbin's safety and stability.
If she is using marijuana. Um, so yes, she did.
Okay. So let me ask you, one of the grounds that we would be seeking would be MCL 712A.19B3CI. And that essentially are the conditions at the beginning of the case, the reasons for removal after services and recommendations, have been made. Has Miss Alexander overcome those barriers?
No, it's my opinion that she hasn't. Given her lack of participation in her counseling, it was made clear to her just what she needs to do, what services she needs to engage in, and she has simply chosen just not to do that. And so, no, we have not seen any benefit or ability to overcome her mental health concerns or her substance use.
Okay, and so when I asked you about the 1 year, 8 months, that's the total time that Corbin has been in foster care.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Okay, but this case is 15 months after adjudication.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you, as it relates to the parent agency treatment plan, when I look at mom's reports, every need domain is partial progress. Are you aware of that? And also, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say at the time of authoring the report, she was still engaging in services. Since that time, her failure to follow through, I would say that I would classify her progress as poor at this date.
Okay. So, do you think any more time would be beneficial here? I mean, part of the statute reads to, rectify the barriers within a reasonable time considering the child's age.
I do not, and I base that on Tabitha's own admission that she no longer cares to engage in her case or services.
Okay, in Corbin's current placement.
Alright, guys, this part shows the breaking point. What was once labeled partial progress has slipped into outright poor progress. The caseworker makes it clear, despite having every tool and opportunity laid out, Tabitha simply turned away. Her own admission that she's done leaves the court with little room to hope for change. Meanwhile, Corbin thrives in a stable placement with family ready to adopt. The contrast is sharp, and the courtroom tension rises as it becomes clear that time alone won't fix what Tabitha refuses to face.
That is with the family of the deceased father in this case?
That's correct. It's his paternal uncle and his wife.
Okay, and they've expressed an intent to adopt the child?
They have.
And tell us, is the child's needs being met in that placement?
Yes, they are.
So you're asking the court, you would like the court to order us to file a termination petition because there's not substantial compliance within 15 months, and even more so now that in the last 1 to 2 months, mom has gone from partial progress to poor progress.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to offer today?
I would also like to say that we are also requesting to have the ability to stop providing services to Tabitha, given her expressed intent to be done with her case.
Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot that. You want to file a petition and stop services. However, keep open the opportunity for parenting time if Miss Alexander would choose to re-engage.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, that's it.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mr. Sommerfeld. Mr. Brown, any questions?
Your Honor, based on my conversations with Ms. Alexander.
All right, guys, this next moment hits hard. The attorney presses about the mother-child bond that once existed, and the answer carries weight. That bond is fading not because of time, but because of choice. With only one visit in months, the emotional connection is slipping away, replaced by the strong, healthy bond Corbin has built with his foster family. In just a few lines of testimony, the reality becomes stark. Relationships only hold when someone fights for them, and here, only one side has been fighting.
I have no questions.
Thank you. Ms. Hansel, any questions?
Yes, just a couple. Have you observed a bond then between Corbin and the foster parents, the aunt and uncle?
Yes, I have. So they also have a daughter. Corbin has a very good bond with the entire family, and also his paternal grandmother, Mandy.
Okay. And you'd stated before, in my notes from the last hearing, that you noted a bond between, that there was a strong bond between Tabitha and Corbin. Would you say that that has somewhat diminished at this point?
Yes, I mean, based on her opportunity to continue to have interactions with Corbin and her choice to not. Yes, I do believe that bond is diminished and will continue to diminish.
Okay. All right, I have no other questions. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no questions of Mr. Solis. Mr. Sommerfeld, any additional witnesses or evidence?
No, thank you, Judge.
Mr. Brown, any witnesses or evidence?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Hansel, same question to you.
No witnesses. Thank you.
All right. Closing statements, Mr. Brown, or excuse me, Mr. Sommerfeld.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, I know this case predates the court. There's much more of a history here, but Mom has been involved with us now for many years. She voluntarily released on her other children. This would be her fifth child, Corbin, and one child proved that that was also unattainable. And I think she's had a proper opportunity here to really succeed. I mean, she had the support of Mr. Solis, the department, and especially Anita Hazelton. What really hasn't been testified to is that Miss Hazelton really was acting like as like a mother figure.
Alright, guys, this final section brings everything to its conclusion. Each attorney steps forward, acknowledging the opportunities given and the reality that Tabitha walked away from them. The judge delivers a clear, steady ruling. Corbin will move toward adoption, services for the mother will stop unless she makes a specific request to return, and the system will no longer wait for her to decide. It's a calm yet decisive moment, closing the door on uncertainty and opening one toward stability for Corbin's future.
Giving her guidance, and at times, it seemed like it was really working. However, Miss Alexander has demonstrated that she wants to just do her own thing. The report indicates that she's been to Chicago. She's been out of state, I think, to Florida. She's with this new boyfriend. He's like smoking marijuana. So, I think it's time. We have 15 months here. We don't have substantial compliance. The department will be able to present evidence of, the statute that I cited earlier, CI, and also J, that there's a risk of harm based on the conduct or capacity of the parent, and that is demonstrated by no substantial compliance in the parent agency treatment plan. The actual reasons why we had to do the removal in the first place, and the court determined that how this person was parenting the child was not proper. So Mr. Solis is asking to file a termination petition to suspend services. We would like to keep the door open for supervised parenting time, just in case mom wants to re-engage. But we'd like to move forward as outlined, and I'd ask the court to adopt those recommendations.
Thank you. Mr. Brown?
Sorry, Your Honor, you caught me right at a sneeze.
It's been a good day.
I have no closing statement, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hansel?
Yes, Your Honor. I would agree that Miss Alexander has had lots of opportunity. It would appear that she has basically given up as far as parenting her son, and I think she is being honest when she says that she's through. She's done with this. Obviously, once a parent gives up and is no longer willing to try, that's not something that a court or a lawyer or a caseworker can remedy. And I do believe I'm very comfortable with this relationship that he has with his paternal aunt and uncle. He seems very well bonded to them. I think they take really good care of him. And I think they have a real healthy relationship. So I think that Corbin has a bright future with foster parents.
Thank you for those thoughts. I do agree with the requests and recommendations. It's unfortunate that Ms. Alexander is not willing to put forth the effort to maintain a relationship with her son. The court would be willing to entertain that and was hopeful prior to today's hearing that might be the case, but it does not appear to be so, and I am familiar, at least somewhat, with the history that Mr. Sommerfeld cites, and she is well aware of how the process works and how the system works, and she has indicated a very clear decision to not participate, and I don't think it would be in Corbin's best interest to drag this out unnecessarily when his mother is not willing to put forward the time and effort to bring about reunification. So I will follow the recommendations by Mr. Solis. Corbin will remain a temporary court ward under the care, custody, and supervision of MDHHS. I will authorize MDHHS to file a termination petition regarding Tabitha Alexander's parental rights to Corbin. We will change the permanency goal from permanency to adoption. MDHHS will no longer be required to provide reunification services to the mother unless she returns with a very specific request for parenting time and services to be reinstated. But if she's simply going to float along, we will not require MDHHS to provide any additional services other than maintain the ability to have parenting time supervised with Corbin as she requests. I think that will do it. So I look forward to the next court date when we can do the termination of parental rights petition and move things forward that way. And as Ms. Hansel has indicated, I'm hopeful that Corbin continues to have a great relationship with his foster family. All right, that's all for today then.